Chosen one, before the noise of the world reaches you again, comment Amen if this message resonates with the quiet place inside you. Listen, I see the weight you have been carrying without announcing it to anyone. I see the tiredness that lives behind your eyes even when your face stays composed. I see the nights when your thoughts refuse to settle, when you replay moments you wish had gone differently, when your heart keeps a small lamp of hope lit even while your hands feel empty. You have learned how to keep moving while feeling unseen, how to be strong without applause, how to hold faith gently so it does not shatter under the pressure of unanswered prayers. Your tears have been careful, often private, falling where no one else could misinterpret them. You have not been weak, you have been faithful in silence. Beloved, this is not the season you thought you would be in by now, and yet it is not wasted. What felt like confusion has been refinement. What felt like being set aside has been protection. You were not ignored. You were being repositioned where harm could not follow you. Doors that closed were not punishment but mercy, because what you were asking for could not hold the future you are growing into. The waiting has been doing work inside you, teaching your heart how to listen without panic, how to choose peace without guilt, how to release what once defined you so something truer can arrive. Chosen one, understand this clearly and let it settle deep within you. Delay is not denial. Silence is not absence. Resistance is not proof of failure. The ground beneath you has been strengthening quietly, even when it felt like nothing was happening. You were being taught to stand without leaning on unstable supports. You were being trained to recognize your own voice again, to trust the gentle clarity that comes when you stop forcing outcomes and start walking with wisdom. Beloved, I am closing doors that drained you and calling it kindness. I am separating you from cycles that kept you small and calling it love. Some connections had an expiration you could not see, and letting them go felt like loss because you invested honestly. But what left could not grow with you. What stayed was meant to remain. This is not isolation. This is alignment. You are not being stripped. You are being prepared. Chosen one, there is a steadiness forming in you now. Not loud confidence, not rushed certainty, but a calm knowing that you are guided even when the path curves. Your steps are becoming deliberate. Your discernment is sharpening. You are learning the difference between urgency and purpose, between noise and instruction. You are no longer chasing every voice that calls your name. You are listening for the one that brings peace to your spirit. Beloved, you are protected in ways you cannot measure. What tried to confuse you will not define you. What tried to discourage you will not have the final word. Strength is being added to you quietly, like roots growing deeper while the surface looks unchanged. You are becoming resilient without becoming hard, courageous without becoming reckless, patient without becoming passive. This balance is not accidental. It is being formed with intention. Chosen one, your story is not behind you. It is unfolding with care. The clarity you have been asking for is arriving in layers, not all at once, so it can last. You are being invited to move wisely, to speak truth gently, to rest without shame, to act when peace accompanies the step. Nothing about you is forgotten. Nothing about your effort is invisible. You are being carried through this season with purpose, and the way forward will continue to reveal itself as you walk, grounded, attentive, and steady, holding what is good, releasing what is heavy, and trusting the quiet guidance that leads you forward. Beloved, let your breath slow as these words meet you, because nothing here is rushed. You are not late. You are not lagging behind some invisible clock that everyone else understands. The pace of your becoming has always been intentional. There were moments when you thought you needed to hurry, to prove something, to secure your place before it disappeared. But the truth is you were being taught endurance rather than speed. You were being shaped to last, not to flash brightly and fade. Every pause you endured was stretching your capacity to hold what is coming without fear. Chosen one, I have watched you choose integrity when shortcuts were available. I have watched you walk away from options that glittered on the surface, but carried quiet compromise underneath. That cost you comfort. That cost you validation. That cost you time. And still, you chose what kept your spirit clean. You chose what allowed you to sleep at night. You chose what aligned with the deeper values you carry even when no one was rewarding you for it. Those choices are not forgotten. They have become anchors inside you, steadying you now as the waters shift. Beloved, there were seasons when you felt misunderstood, when people tried to fit you into explanations that were too small, when your motives were questioned because your path did not look familiar. That hurt lingered longer than you admitted. It made you quieter. It made you cautious with your heart. Yet even there, something holy was happening. You were learning not to build your identity on approval. You were learning to stand without needing to be defended by the crowd. You were learning how to hear truth without panic and correction without collapse. Chosen one, hear this gently. You were never meant to carry everything alone, but you were meant to learn how to carry yourself with dignity. There is a difference. Dependence that weakens you has been falling away, making room for connection that strengthens you. The right support does not drain your vision, it sharpens it. The right companionship does not compete with your calling, it complements it. What felt like loneliness was often separation from noise, so you could finally hear what mattered. Beloved, I have been untangling your heart from expectations that were never yours to fulfill. You absorbed them early, trying to be everything for everyone, trying to earn love by overgiving, trying to keep peace by shrinking your own needs. That pattern has been loosening its grip. You are learning that love does not require self-erasure. Peace does not demand silence. Faith does not ask you to abandon wisdom. This clarity is not rebellion, it is maturity. Chosen one, you have felt the shift already, subtle but undeniable. The things that once consumed your energy no longer have the same pull. Old fears try to speak, but their voices sound thinner now. You pause before reacting. You reflect before committing. You notice when something feels off, and you trust that noticing. This is discernment growing stronger. This is you becoming someone who does not rush into storms just to prove bravery. Beloved, there is protection around your decisions now. You are being guided away from extremes and toward balance. Where you once overextended, you are learning restraint. Where you once hesitated, you are learning courage. This is not contradiction. This is calibration. Your inner compass is being reset to true north, steady and reliable, so you do not have to keep questioning every step. Chosen one, the weight you carried was never meant to break you. It was meant to show you what you could survive without losing tenderness. You have remained kind in a world that often rewards hardness. You have remained thoughtful in environments that push urgency. That combination is rare. That combination is valuable. It allows you to move with strength and compassion together, without apology. Beloved, some of what you mourned was not the thing itself, but the version of yourself you thought you had to become to keep it. Letting go felt like failure because you equated endurance with loyalty. But there is a difference between perseverance and self-betrayal. You are learning that difference now. You are learning when to stay and when to step away with grace, not bitterness. Chosen one, trust the quiet confidence that is settling into your bones. It does not announce itself. It does not need witnesses. It shows up in the way you choose your words, in the way you rest without guilt, in the way you no longer chase every opportunity that knocks. You have learned that not every open door leads to peace, and not every closed door blocks your future. Beloved, I am reminding you of your worth in ways that do not inflate your ego, but stabilize your soul. You do not need to compare your journey to anyone else's timeline. You do not need to justify your progress. What is forming in you is depth because it has taken time. Depth allows you to navigate complexity without losing yourself. Depth allows you to hold joy and responsibility together. Chosen one, there will be moments ahead when your past tries to speak louder than your present. Memories will surface. Old doubts will attempt to reassert themselves. When that happens, remember how far your understanding has come. Remember the lessons you no longer need to relearn. You are not the same person who entered those earlier seasons. You carry wisdom now that changes how the story continues. Beloved, your life is being aligned with purpose that feels steady rather than dramatic. This is not about sudden transformation that leaves you disoriented. This is about sustainable growth that integrates into who you already are. You are becoming more yourself, not someone else. The peace you feel is confirmation that you are not abandoning your essence, but honoring it. Chosen one, allow yourself to move forward without dragging old guilt behind you. What you did with the knowledge you had then was enough. What you choose with the understanding you have now is what matters. Forgiveness has been working quietly inside you, loosening knots you thought were permanent. This freedom is not careless, it is grounded. It allows you to act without being driven by fear of repeating the past. Beloved, you are being strengthened to hold responsibility without pressure, influence without ego, and opportunity without anxiety. These capacities do not arrive overnight. They are built through seasons like the ones you endured, seasons where nothing seemed to move except your inner resolve. That resolve has become steady now, not brittle, not reactive, but firm. Chosen one, there is a gentleness returning to you that you thought was gone forever. Life taught you to brace yourself, to anticipate disappointment, to guard joy as if it were fragile. Now you are learning that joy can be rooted, that hope can be realistic, that openness does not always lead to pain. This does not make you naive, it makes you healed. Beloved, I am guiding you toward choices that align with both wisdom and peace. When something is right, it will not demand that you abandon your values. When something is meant for you, it will not require constant justification. Pay attention to what brings clarity rather than confusion, steadiness rather than chaos. This awareness is already alive in you. Chosen one, your steps from here will be marked by intention. You will notice when to pause and when to proceed. You will recognize when silence is strength and when voice is necessary. You will carry your experiences not as burdens, but as references, reminders of what you have learned and how far you have come. The path ahead will continue to unfold as you walk it, grounded, attentive, and calm, holding your heart with care, moving forward with wisdom, and remaining anchored in the truth that you are seen, guided, and held. Beloved, there is something that needs to be shared with you in the same spirit of honesty that has carried every word so far. This space, these messages that meet you where you are, continue to be created with devotion and care even though the visible systems that usually support such work have fallen silent. This channel no longer receives revenue from ads, yet the heart behind it has not grown quiet, and the commitment to speak life has not weakened. The words keep coming because they matter, because you matter, because encouragement is not a transaction but a calling. Chosen one, the reason this is spoken aloud to you is not to burden you, but to trust you. Support, when it is offered freely, becomes a partnership rather than an obligation. Those who choose to stand with this work through membership on Patreon or through the PayPal link resting in the pinned comment are not funding content alone. They are sustaining a place where truth is spoken gently, where hope is protected, where weary hearts can breathe again. Every act of support, whether it is sharing these words, leaving a comment, or contributing in a tangible way, becomes part of the strength that allows this space to remain open and alive. Beloved, gratitude runs deeper than language here. From the bottom of the heart, thank you for being present, for listening, for caring enough to engage. Your presence is not invisible. Your response reminds those who create these messages that what is offered is received, that what is spoken is needed, that showing up again and again is worth the effort. This mutual exchange of encouragement is what keeps the light on, even when external systems fail to recognize its value. Chosen one, return now to your own journey, because it is still unfolding with intention. The same truth that sustains this space is at work within you. Nothing meaningful is ever sustained by ease alone. It is sustained by commitment, by belief, by the quiet decision to continue even when recognition is delayed. You understand this more than you realize, because you have lived it. You have kept going when reward was unclear. You have invested energy where results were slow. You have shown up for your own growth long before it felt comfortable. Beloved, let that understanding deepen rather than exhaust you. You are not required to carry everything, but you are capable of carrying what has been entrusted to you. The strength you have gained is not loud, but it is reliable. It shows up when you choose patience over panic, wisdom over impulse, peace over proving. These choices are building a life that will not collapse under pressure. Chosen one, as you move forward, continue to notice where your energy feels clean and where it feels drained. Honor the signals within you. They are not random. They are guidance shaped by experience and insight. You are learning how to stay open without being exposed, how to give without being emptied, how to believe without being naive. This balance is rare, and it is forming because you have stayed attentive. Beloved, there will be days when progress feels invisible again. On those days, remember that growth does not always announce itself. Roots deepen in silence. Foundations strengthen out of sight. You are allowed to trust the work happening beneath the surface. You are allowed to rest without fear that everything will unravel. Stability is becoming your default, not because life has become easy, but because you have become grounded. Chosen one, carry this calm with you into your next steps. Let it influence how you speak, how you decide, how you wait. You are not moving forward blindly. You are moving forward with awareness. Each step taken with intention reinforces the truth that you are guided, supported, and capable. This journey continues to open before you, not all at once, but steadily, as you remain present, thoughtful, and anchored in the quiet assurance that you are held. Beloved, remain close to this moment, because what is happening here is not accidental. When words meet your spirit and something inside you stirs, that stirring is recognition. It is alignment. It is the quiet acknowledgement that truth has touched something real within you. This is why your presence matters here, why your engagement carries weight beyond habit. When you choose to like this message, you are not pressing a button out of routine. You are affirming that light still matters in a world that often rushes past it. That simple act becomes a signal, a declaration that encouragement has value, that peace deserves space, that messages rooted in hope should continue to find their way to those who need them. Chosen one, subscribing is not about numbers or visibility alone. It is about continuity. It is about choosing to remain connected to a stream of words that meet you with calm rather than chaos, with clarity rather than confusion. When you subscribe, you are choosing to return to a place where your spirit is spoken to with care, where strength is built gently, where wisdom is offered without pressure. You are choosing consistency over distraction, nourishment over noise. That choice matters more than you realize, because what you allow into your inner world shapes how you move through the outer one. Beloved, commenting Amen is not a performance. It is agreement. It is resonance. It is your voice joining the rhythm of truth that has already been echoing inside you. That single word carries centuries of meaning, a quiet way of saying this aligns with what I know to be true. This settles something in me. This confirms what I have been sensing. When you type it, you are not just responding outwardly. You are anchoring something inwardly. You are marking this moment as one of recognition rather than passing consumption. Chosen one, every like strengthens the reach of messages meant to steady weary hearts. Every subscription helps ensure that these words continue to arrive consistently, without interruption. Every Amen becomes a witness, reminding others who pass through that they are not alone in what they feel. Engagement here is not shallow interaction. It is participation in a shared space of encouragement, where each response quietly supports the continuation of something meaningful. Beloved, there is power in showing up intentionally. Too often, inspiration is consumed silently and forgotten quickly. But when you engage, you deepen the impact. You transform listening into alignment. You transform resonance into action. This does not require effort or explanation. It requires presence. It requires the willingness to say yes to what strengthens you rather than scrolling past what could ground you. Chosen one, consider how often you have benefited from words that arrived at the right time, words that steadied you when nothing else could. Supporting that flow through a like is a way of honoring the role encouragement plays in your life. Subscribing is a way of choosing to make space for more of it. Commenting Amen is a way of affirming that you recognize truth when it speaks. Beloved, these actions may appear small, but small things done with intention carry lasting influence. A single response can ripple outward, helping this message reach someone else who needs reassurance, someone else who is quietly holding on. You become part of that chain of encouragement without needing to explain yourself or carry responsibility beyond a simple act of engagement. Chosen one, there is dignity in participation. There is strength in agreement. There is clarity in choosing what you support. Liking this message is a way of saying that peace deserves amplification. Subscribing is a way of committing to growth that is steady rather than sensational. Commenting Amen is a way of grounding what you have received so it does not fade when the moment passes. Beloved, remain aware of how your inner world responds when you engage with what nourishes you. There is a subtle confidence that forms when you choose alignment repeatedly. Each intentional action reinforces your values, reminding you that you are not passive in what shapes you. You are discerning. You are attentive. You are choosing wisely. Chosen one, continue to let this space be one where you return when you need steadiness, when you need language for what you feel but cannot yet name. Your like supports that space. Your subscription preserves it. Your Amen strengthens it. These are not empty gestures. They are quiet affirmations that what is being built here matters. Beloved, allow your engagement to be an extension of the care you show yourself. Choosing to like, subscribe, and comment Amen is choosing to invest in what lifts rather than drains, what clarifies rather than confuses. It is choosing presence over passivity, intention over impulse. This choice aligns with the growth already happening within you, reinforcing the steadiness you are cultivating day by day. Chosen one, remain here in this rhythm of encouragement and participation, letting your actions reflect the truth you recognize, allowing alignment to deepen through simple, intentional steps, continuing to affirm what resonates, supporting what strengthens, and staying connected to what brings calm and clarity as you move forward.